project, we're going to take our written article, combine it with some images, some text, some titles, to make a page layout for an online blog or for an actual print magazine. Okay, we're going to use Adobe InDesign software to do that. It's a great page layout software used for all kinds of printing and interactive needs, from magazines to newspapers to online blogs, whatever. Okay, and that's right here, ID Adobe Illustrator. I'm sorry, Adobe InDesign. Okay, I could create a new file through here or up here in the menu, InDesign menu, File, New, Document. Then I have some choices. I'm going to go for print. As you see, we can do stuff for mobile or web. We're going to do print for this. I'm going to do letter. Instead of pecas, I'm going to go by inches, since we're all familiar with that. 8.5 by 11. Portrait. Start with 2 pages. You can always add more later. And I'm going to start on page 2. I could put a primary text frame in there, automatically have a text box in there for typing. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep it 1 column. These are just guidelines. Margins will give me guidelines. I can always go outside of those, but that'll give me a good starting point. And I'll say create. Okay, so there's 2 pages. And we'll see how we can add more later. First thing I always want to do when I'm starting a new project or a new file is save this. So File, Save As. Now, I'm going to save this on my desktop, and I'm going to save this in my, I already created a folder for this. You can create a folder ahead of time or create a new folder this way. I'm going to my A article folders. I already have 3 images I'm going to use. You could use more if you want. I have those in here ready to go. I'm going to call this, I'll just name mine article. You can call yours whatever you want. And you'll see it's an InDesign file I'll be saving. If I can do 2, whatever year you're using. I'm still in 2019 here. And save. Now, unlike a Photoshop file or a JPEG where you save just the 1 image, when we make an InDesign file, we want a folder, a project folder, which will save the InDesign file in there. We'll save any source material we use, such as images, fonts, and things like that. How InDesign works, it'll take the images and place them on that file. Alright, so if you do maybe a 100-page magazine, you can link the images to your layout instead of showing the full-size images, which could slow down your computer, slow down the process. It actually links to the original files, and it will display at a lower resolution while you're working. You can always preview it at full resolution, but keep in mind if you're doing a longer document, it could start to get way too heavy on your memory. Right? So it's a long way of saying keep all your files for this project in 1 folder. Images, documents, fonts, files, whatever you use. Alright, the first thing I want to do is look around the layout here. We have our workspace. We have our menu at the top, InDesign, File for New, Saving, Opening, Recent Ones, Opening, Files, all those type of basic file things you would do. Editing for copying and pasting, such. Layout, Type for adjusting the type, Objects for making shapes and lines and things, Tables for creating tables, viewing your layouts or viewing your workspace in different ways, different windows. Windows are over here, these different things you can do, checking your links, working with your pages, adding colors, swatches, all these different windows allow you to do different things. Okay, you can also access those through here. Adobe always gives you several ways to do anything. We have your help box there. We also have our toolbar with our move tool or selection tool, direct selection tool, and all kinds of other tools, cropping, resizing, gradients, text, all kinds of things, type tool. Our fill and stroke for shapes and text, fill and stroke. Stroke is like an outline. And if I select these different tools over here, my control panel up here in the top will change. Okay, we have the text control panel and the paragraph control panel. Depending on what tool you select, it should change along with that. And each tool has all kinds of options here. Okay, this will all make more sense a little bit later. Alright, what I'm going to do first is, I think I'm just going to, let me add one more page. So I can go to my Pages panel or Pages window here. And I see I have 2 pages listed, 2 and 3. And I can add a new one. Now, what are these master pages? A master pages, I can format a specific page and apply it to my actual pages. These are unprinted pages that will not print, so I could put page numbers on here and they would go ahead on these other pages. Say I wanted the masthead or the title at the top of my page. If I put it on my master page, it'll show up on all these other pages. We're not really going to use that for this project since this is just an introduction to this software. I have 2 pages. I can add a new page by clicking right down here, and that's going to give me a 3rd page. Okay. I could rearrange pages. I could take this one and move it up here, and it's going to knock down this other page. Okay. Nothing on there right now, so it doesn't make a difference, but I can rearrange by clicking and dragging them and moving them around. Okay, so I got my 3 pages ready to go. I can always close this, save my changes.